I believe, and this is entirely tangled up with the state bankruptcy, that the issue of public employees and their dominance of blue states is going to be the biggest issue in this country for the next several years.
They're the scapegoat, George. I mean, when you start cutting state budgets and city budgets, and you start cutting snowplows, and you start cutting the amount of salt that you have stored, that has a real impact on people's lives. And you know, one thing in terms of Brooklyn and some of the other boroughs, they didn't get snowplow for 2-3 days. And so they were upset when Mayor Bloomberg went out and said, hey, everything is fine. And they're like, kids who need hospital treatment, but the ambulance cannot get there. George, I know that's the news.
Azt mondja, au. Hát lelökted a tesódat a székről, te. Au.
I'd like to briefly, because we're running out of time, switch to the presidential 2012. Because believe it or not, 4 years ago, this
Hoppá. Hoppá. Mit csinálsz a tesóddal, Gyuszika?
Young Senator Barack Obama declaring their candidacies. I want to get your guys' views on the Republican contenders. Here are some possible nominees: Haley Barbour, Mitch Daniels, Newt Gingrich.
He was pushing me off.
John Thune. Very few household names except for him.
Ahhoz még nőni kell, fiam, hogy te le tud úgy húzni a Zsoltit. Uh-oh. Tudod, miért húz le onnan? Mert ő akar oda fölmenni. You know why he's pushing him off from the chair?
Who do you like? Who is the strongest nominee?
Appa, you know why he's pushing it off the chair? Because he wants to be on the chair.
The president's secret weapon may be the Republican nominating electorate, because there is one person high on the polls, Sarah Palin, who cannot be elected because she cannot compete where elections are decided in the color counties around Chicago, Montgomery County outside Philadelphia. Just can't compete there. The person who wins the White House usually wins a majority of the electoral votes in the Mississippi Valley. To me, that says Pawlenty, Thune perhaps, Mitch Daniels certainly.
The governor of Indiana.
Yes.
Maybe. It will start later, but it will last longer. And there's a significant development in the Republican Party as a way it's going to push Republicans. It's going to make this process last longer and make it much more difficult for Sarah Palin to have any chance of securing the nomination, and here's why. In 2008, Mike Huckabee won 270 delegates. He won 24% of the caucus vote, 20% of the primary vote, but he won about 12% of the delegates. Same thing with Mitt Romney, 38% of the caucus vote, 22% of the primary vote, 8.6% of the allocated delegates. Why? Because they're delegated, or they're allocated rather on a winner-take-all basis. You win the primary, you win the caucus, you get all the delegates. Now, every contest up until April 1st for Republicans will be proportional distribution of delegates, which will keep all of these many contenders in the race longer and longer, make it much more difficult for Sarah Palin to run an inside straight in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, where she's the strongest in the early states, and run away with this, which means it's going to be a long-running contest, which means organization, discipline, and done it before counts. I think start with an advantage.
Mit csinálsz, tesó? Mondd neki, mit csinálsz?
He's like, now what?
He was talking to him down to his head.
Hey, Nem, don't hit. Nem.
You know what?
You're not going to get that
the
started.
Republican convention back in 2008
Okay.
a need to have an energizing campaign. And Sarah Palin was the energizer. She turned a four-car funeral into a real campaign. I like this list of Republicans. I mean, it's going to give Democrats so much to think about, so much to shout about, and clearly so much to organize about. I think early on, some of the governors will be the talk of the town, but at the end of the day, it's all about Sarah Palin.
There is an unusual wild card that came out this weekend in an interview with Newsweek. The former governor of Utah, who is now the U.S. ambassador to China, John Huntsman, a story in Newsweek.